In yesterday's IPL 2024 clash, Sunrisers Hyderabad clinched a nail-biting victory against Rajasthan Royals by a slender margin of 1 run. In the match that showcased an intense battle as Hyderabad's fast bowler Bhuvneshwar Kumar brilliantly defended 13 runs in the final over, securing his team's position in the top 4 of the points table. Despite the loss, Rajasthan Royals maintained the lead at top of the table with 16 points, and their path to the playoffs has become all the more confirmed. Well, in the thrilling encounter that saw Hyderabad posting a formidable total of 201 for 3 in the innings, only to see Rajasthan falling just 1 run short. Bhuvneshwar Kumar's outstanding performance earning him player of the match accolade. Well, one of the very few occasions you see a bowler doing his job and doing it well. Looking ahead in today's fixture between Mumbai Indians and Kolkata Knight Riders, anticipation runs high as two of the formidable teams prepare for the clash at the Wankhede Stadium. Mumbai, led by Hardik Pandya, finds themselves in a challenging position in the 9th position of the table, having won just 3 of their 10 matches with a solitary victory in the last 5 outings. In the contrast to Shreyas Iyer's Kolkata Knight Riders sit comfortably in the 2nd place with 6 wins out of the 9 matches, winning 3 of their last 5 encounters with a history of 32 IPL matches between them. Mumbai holds the record. Well, it looks very amazing to see some of my best guests joining me. We have 3 of the most amazing guests joining us. Most importantly is Sadanand Vishwanath, the former Indian wicketkeeper. Also, Tatinda joins me, the senior cricket journalist. I'll let him talk about the stats and then go on to Sadanand Vishwanath. Tatinda, he's not Taibu. Tatinda, what are the stats looking like between the two teams right now?
Okay, so we've got a very interesting clash ahead of us, and I think we've made much of the fact that that Mumbai, they're not in the best form. They're 9th on the table and KKR is 2nd. So what the stats are saying is might surprise people, but not in the way you'd expect. Mumbai, for all of the bad results, they're actually getting runs on the board. They've scored the 4th most runs in the IPL. That's cumulatively the whole team. But the problem is that they keep to seem dropping wickets, and they have dropped the 2nd most wickets. That is 69 in total, meaning they can't get partnerships going. And if you look at some of their batsmen that they've got going on over here, Kishan, Sharma, Sky, Varma, Pandya. Maybe Varma is the only exception who's been a bit more consistent. All of those guys capable of putting runs on the board, but they just can't seem to get it going. Whereas KKR, on the other hand, they have conceded just the 2nd fewest wickets in the IPL, and that's largely led by the efforts of Phil Salt and Sunil Narine, who are obviously going to be the danger man once again for them today. And that's pretty much been the tail of the tape right now. Mumbai not able to get any consistency going from a batting partnership standpoint, whereas Kolkata, it's their bread and butter. You know what they're going to do. Their top order is just going to wreak havoc, particularly in the power play. That's what the stats are saying. So it's going to be a question of if Mumbai can actually disrupt the flow of Kolkata, because that is going to be obviously the key matchup that's going to be on display today.
Well, that was quite a mouthful for us. But good part is that Mumbai has something in store. But before we go on to today's match, Sadanand Vishwanath, I welcome you with some cheer right now that Mumbai is doing good. But at the same time, the bowler, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, apart from getting hit, is doing a great job. Your views, very quickly.
Yeah, what was sensational, Sunil? I think Bhuvneshwar Kumar deserved the Man of the Match award. He got 2 wickets in his first over and then came back to bowl a sensational last over, defending just 13 runs. He bowled a low full toss onto Powell, who missed it completely. And as they were sending off a 1 run, the dreaded single of the umpire went up. I just want to ask a question. What if the batter had got an inside edge? What would have happened to that run? Can you answer this question, Sunil?
Well, it's for the wicket keeper to take care of the inside edge and save the boundary.
No, that's not the boundary. They've gone there. I'm just saying that the umpire has not given it out, right? And they've scattered the first for 1 run, and then there's a review. And the review shows that the batter has got an inside edge. And imagine this scenario. where the umpire gives it out. What if this happens in the World Cup final? Just some food for thought. You know what it says? Actually what happens now? It becomes a dead ball. And RR still lose the match. They lose it by 1 run. Because once the ball is dead, once the batter has been dismissed, it becomes a dead ball. Imagine if this happens in the World Cup final. This is one scene that is just waiting to explode. I hope they change this rule, for the right decision to be made. It was a correct call by the umpire yesterday.
Right.
Very good decision given by the umpire. But what if it was an inside edge? That's just some food for thought for the viewers and to all our esteemed, panel of commentators.
Absolutely. I think we could have gone back with the barest of the margin, what Ian Smith said 5 years ago when we were there at Lord's. But today is another day. Tatinda, first, just take us through about 2 of these teams. What do you think looks good? What do you think looks bad in today's matchup? Because here today, we are dealing with the number 2 team in IPL, and we are dealing with a team which is at the bottom or at the second last thing at the table. And we are talking about Mumbai Indians. Is it the worst possible year in the history of IPL for Mumbai?
I would say so. If you're looking at the pedigree of Mumbai, and
That's correct.
Bear in mind, these guys are genuinely very patient. Unlike some teams in the IPL, they're willing to give chances and build up some of their players. But for whatever reason, this season, it hasn't quite worked out. And from a matchup perspective, and I know I alluded to it a bit earlier on, for Mumbai, it's about limiting the damage that KKR can do.
Tell me the damage that they can do. Just talk through the sixes that they've managed to hit, and also we'll have Sanjay Rawal from the ECB, English Cricket Board, coming on to us if his frame is better and PCR behaves well today.
Okay, so from a sixes perspective, you're looking at the number 3 team when it comes to the top order in the IPL. Phil Salt, Sunil Narine, they have accounted for just over 45 sixes between them. They have just been lethal, and that, like I said, is going to be very key. Now, we waxed poetically about Bumrah. We know that he's got the lowest, one of the lowest run rates in the IPL. Can Bumrah get some support from some of his other bowlers? You're looking at the likes of Kutsi. You're looking at the likes of Tushara. If those guys can just get one of them, Sunil or Phil Salt, that I think will be the key to this game. And on the other side, and I think this will be an interesting stat for some of our viewers, when you're looking at perhaps the likes of Hardik Pandya. Now, Hardik Pandya has had a rough time this season. So what's interesting is that his form against pacers, in particular left-arm pacers, if you're looking at it this way, against left-arm pacers, this season alone, he has scored 85 runs. Against right-arm, that's 151. If we're then looking at dismissals against left-arm, he's had 5 dismissals, and against right-arms, he's had 1. So key matchup there is going to be obviously Mitchell Starc, because that's obviously the only left-handed paceman that you can throw at him. So that's going to be very interesting. So if that goes in Mumbai's favor, then that's perhaps the only key.
I'm just about to confirm if Gautam, our former IPL player, has joined our panel of discussion today. Gautam, if you're there, just nod your... Gautam, nice to see you. In a cab right now. Are you in a taxi? Which part of the world are you?
I just landed in Bangalore from Singapore, so I'm on my way back home.
Tell me, what is worse? Mumbai's performance this year, who you've played with, or your traffic in Bangalore? What is worse?
Mumbai's performance, obviously. I had high hopes on them coming into the tournament, but the performance has been very, very disappointing, to say the least.
Well, when you have 2 of the batters let's talk about Mumbai Indians. You've been a part of that dugout for long. Tilak Verma, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, they've all made it to the World Cup squad, but at the same time, you look at their batting, it's 343 runs, 315 rest, everything is forgettable. I mean, you have 244 runs, and believe me, these are 10 matches that they've played, as compared to Phil Salt, 392, Sunil Narine, 373, and they're at the top of the table. Do you think the batting is a problem or the bowling is a problem?
I feel a mixture of both. If you look at the batting, they have a gun lineup. If you ask me, Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, Tim David. Who else you want? You name it, you have everything in your plate. But when it comes to the performance, it was like very, very disappointing. Like none of the batsmen fired. Okay, when it's needed, when the team needed it. And at the same time, even the bowling gave up. Apart from Bumrah, I didn't see any standard bowler in the Mumbai Indians lineup. And I don't know, for some reason, I think the trolling and the booing of Hardik Pandya in the stadiums across the country played a major role in his confidence. And it affected the team, I feel. Like there were like a couple of camps in the team which was not supporting Hardik or the team management. I don't know exactly where they went wrong. But having said that, the kind of team they had, I thought they would easily make it into the playoffs.
Well, that's an interesting point. Let me also ask you another thing. Then I go on to Sanjay Rawal from English Cricket Board development person there. But Gautam, Jasprit Bumrah has 14 wickets. He's the top of the wicket table, no doubt. Kodzi at 13. But when you look at number 3 and number 4, you put them together and you find Sunil Narayan with 11 wickets and you have Hardik Pandya with 6, Akash Madhwal with 5. So Akash Madhwal and between Hardik Pandya, the Mumbai Indian number 3rd and number 4th bowler, is at par with 3 Kolkata Knight Rider top bowlers at 11 wickets each, which is Sunil Narayan at 11, Harshit Rana at 11 and Varun Chakravarti at 11. What do you make of the bowling?
Yeah, as you said rightly, like the performance of the bowling is like very terrifying, to be honest with you. Apart from Bumrah and Kodse, they don't have their number 3, 4 and 5th bowler. And they were always like juggling between Piyush Chawla and Shreyas Gopal. They were not constant with one spinner. They didn't stick on to their main spinner. They were heavily dependent on Bumrah. Bumrah has got only 4. This is not a test match or anything.
Gautam, just stay with that fact before we move on. Tell me one thing. If they're only interested in Bumrah's 4 overs, do you think the batter on the other side would say, 4 over to aram se nikal lo, and let's go and blast the other 16 overs? Is that how the strategy is from the dugout?
Honestly, if I'm in the opposition team, I would say that play Bumrah for 25-30 runs. Don't take any chances against him. Attack the other bowlers. Like he'll bowl only 24 balls. Other 96 balls has to be bowled by other bowlers, right? So
yes.
We can get 200 runs out of them. So that would be the strategy of the opposition. Even I will do the same thing, even as a captain, So they are heavily dependent on Bumrah. And when it comes to batting, they're heavily dependent on Surya Kumar
Tatinda, just take us through the thing of Phil Salt, and I will go on to Sanjay Rawal and ask him why England produces such players of the greatest quality for T20. Go on.
Well, I think they're very... Oh, sorry.
Go on, Tatinda.
All right. Well, Phil Salt has just been absolutely phenomenal this season. And I think we were talking about it just now. 22 sixes, 44 fours, and a strike rate of over 180. So I think he's been a big part of what they've done. And in an interview, like I think just a few days ago, he was talking about the fact that how him and Nareen, sort of cover for each other. Then Nareen actually turned it around and said, no, actually, Phil Salt is just as important as I am, and it shouldn't just be all about me. So it's going to be a very interesting thing with Phil Salt because obviously, as we know, the English cricketers, they may probably not be available for the playoffs. So that's going to be a big blow. But we're talking about the here and the now. Here and right now, Phil Salt is in the form of his life, and obviously he is number 8 in the purple cap standing, and he has played a game less than most of the people above him, so look for him to move up.
Wanted to get this point in. Let's get our guest from the English Cricket Board, Development Manager, Mr. Sanjay Rawal. Sanjay, what makes, if he's joined us, yes, if you can freeze your frame. Sanjay, yes. You've got to freeze your frame and be on the screen, smile and tell us the answer. What makes the English cricketers so lethal in T20?
Well, I think the development, for the grassroots crickets, they have, pinch hitter in the Premier League playing at the higher level here in England itself. And basically, the hundreds also help them as well, 100-ball game. So, finding these cricketers from the England itself has been phenomenal. I mean, if you look at the IPL, the way they're coming into bat. I mean, I was very disappointed with Brestow because he's been in a county circuit. He's been hitting it all over the park and everything, and then come field sold. So he's another one, which, it's, I don't know what it is, but I mean, I think the ground doesn't help them or something, and then sometimes they click some.
The amount of money that they get paid, I think the ground, the condition should be the least of the problem. But I want to ask Sadanand Vishwanath. Sadanand, do you like when these wicket keepers enthrall the audience with their game and just come in as batters and less of wicket keepers? Go on, take your dig.
Well, he's holding center stage. He's the nucleus of the atom, and he's the cynosure of all eyes. And he sets up the entire team. Yeah, the wicketkeeper's spot, the role is very vital. He's one of the best fielders in the side. And yeah, he makes the game very exciting. He keeps on encouraging the bowlers. And coming to the batting part, yes, nowadays the modern day wicketkeeper has to be very useful with the bat, very handy, and contribute with those bonus runs. And if he can take the team across the line and help them to finish, like the modern day wicketkeepers are doing, I think that's a great asset to any team.
Sadanand, the year is 2003, the World Cup is there, and guess what? Instead of a specific full laid out wicket keeper, you have Rahul Dravid keeping the wicket in the World Cup. And those are the days, and now it's 2023 where the wicket keeper is now a great batsman. Do you think tables have turned in the last 2 decades? And does it make you a smile like a good wicket keeper and say, Dekha, time aa gaya apna?
Yeah, I mean, times have changed, and the wicketkeeper's role is very vital now. It's no longer a makeshift keeper, keeping even in the T20. They would like to have a specialist like Rishabh Pant, like MS Dhoni, Matthew Wade, for example. So, well, turning back the clock, Rahul Dravid also kept wickets in 2007 when Greg Chappell was our coach.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we never even made it to the playoffs in that particular World Cup. But now the selectors have zoomed in on Rishabh Pant and Sanju Samson. Bad luck to KL Rahul. And I guess we all have come to understand the role of the utility of a wicketkeeper nowadays. It's of paramount importance.
Great. CM Gautam, let's talk about your former team, Mumbai Indians. What is going wrong? For God's sake, get the answer for that, because the fans have been tweeting everything under the sun about the worst. Is it the worst of Mumbai, or is it still to come?
I think to start off with the change of leadership at the top,
Right.
That's what everything changed. They had a very good auction, and the way they changed the leadership, I don't think it was necessary at that point of time. They could have waited for another season. Going into mega auction, they could have changed the captain and the team. But having said that, they had everything in their plate, but unfortunately they couldn't deliver this season. I would blame the management more than anyone, because they are the people who were responsible for making decisions.
CM
not
Gautam, you're the
players.
former player, and on record, on live television, on national network, you're saying you blame the management.
Yeah, sure. That is I feel that is the reason, because they are decision makers at the end of the day, not the players. Whatever the captaincy, or this is not an Indian team or anything. This is the franchise at the end of the day. So they are the one who are responsible for the team, and they are the one who takes the call whether to make Rohit captain or Hardik captain. It's there in their hands.
Right.
They got taken a wise decision,
Yes.
played safe, and let Rohit lead, because he had a fantastic World Cup coming into this IPL. So I feel that they missed the trick, and obviously Hardik is paying the price now.
Does it hurt you somewhere that you're a former Mumbai Indians player, and the way that they've been decimated, demolished, and are on a self-destructive path? Do you want to pick up the phone and talk to anyone and say, hey, listen to me, do this?
No, it does hurt, obviously, because I'm a fan of Mumbai Indians before and after. Even now, I keep supporting them. They're very close to my heart for the kind of things they've done to me.
Yes.
So obviously, it feels bad when I see all these people tweeting badly about Mumbai Indians. Having said that, they know how to rectify. They have been 5-time champions. I hope they come back stronger next season. This season, I think it's almost done and dusted for them.
Will it be 9th or 10th? They're still at 9. Do you think they can go lower to 10? Sorry.
I think RCB has won 2 games on its trot. So I think RCB will overtake Mumbai Indians.
Sorry for taking it in that bad, but Fans' questions, they keep on coming, and somebody's got to take it on the chin and move on. You being the former player, you're doing a brave job, and a very candor is displayed on the TV screens. But Sanjay, I want to come to you from what makes the core of English team, the T20, so dangerous? Because we are headed towards the World Cup. I mean, you being in English Cricket Board, what do you think we should be worried about? Or is there a book, a kunji or a guide that we should have to deconstruct the English players for the World Cup?
Well, if you look at it this way, I think Gautam mentioned about management changing teams around and all these things. The English and the Australians, and what they have done is they kept the team together, their unity together, and I think that's what made a lot of difference to the England cricket team. They could, on a day, they could beat anyone. You know, I mean, could come back from any angle, losing a couple of games in a row, and then come back winning it, because they don't keep on changing, chopping and changing and this and that. I mean, I think what Gautam has mentioned about Mumbai Indians management, I mean, I agree with what he has said. I know Rahul Sanghvi very well, Mumbai Indian manager, like a family friend. So basically, I was in India recently. I've just come back from India about a couple of days back. So, I mean, you know, when I went to watch the game between Gujarat Titan and the Punjab 11, that was something really interesting game. I mean, you know, England plays similar to that type of game, because they don't keep on changing players, and that they keep with their players, they keep faith with them, and what they really do is they give them the opportunity. India, on the other hand, they do same thing, but obviously it's all about, well, he's not playing well, then let's drop you, let's bring somebody else in. So I think they should really pick up from the foreign boards and keep the momentum going from there, and the ethics of the team should be all unity should be together.
Absolutely. Sanjay, one quick question before we wrap our show. I'm not going to ask this time who's going to be the favorite, because I think the odds and the fans are moving more towards not against Mumbai Indians. But let me ask you, you've seen the hundreds, you've seen the IPL from the stadium. What is the similarity and difference between the both? Very quickly, and then I'll go on to Satarand Vishwanath.
IPL is far ahead. IPL is one of the most phenomenal game in the cricket history. I mean, you know, what Lalit Modi has done for the pioneer the game, I think IPL is much better. There was hundreds actually were thinking of changing the format as well. Last year they were talking about it in the meetings, etc. But I don't know whether that has going to be changed this year. But I think the IPL is much different format compared to the 100. 100 is something like, you know, 5-bowler over, and, you know, it's not something, it's like fish and chips, you know, you fast serve, fast food. It's just one of those, the format of the game. But the IPL is far ahead. I mean, you can't compare 100 with the
So you
IPL.
like the puri bhaji and the paratha better than the fish and chips?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think that is the better. That's more natural ingredient than the oil of fish and chips.
Absolutely. Moving on to Satarand Vishwanath. Satarand, who's your favorite team today, and why, and who's going to stand out?
I think KKR are, waiting for just plundering the MI attack. And I think KKR will win very, very easily. And Mumbai Indians will find themselves languishing at the 10th position. Maybe better luck next year.
Oh my God, those are very strong words. CM Gautam, I'm not going to ask you and trouble you further by asking you how bad Mumbai Indians is. You just answer what you make of the game today, and be very candid.
I think the toss will play the vital role today. Like, whoever is chasing will have the upper hand, obviously.
That's correct.
And I think if Mumbai is batting second, I back Mumbai to win. Just because they have a few things to prove to their fans and crowd. And I'm backing more on Surya Kumar Yadav to come good today.
Absolutely. Surya Kumar Yadav to come good today with his lap shots and everything put together. Well, Sanjay, your observation for today's match before we wrap up.
Well, I mean, I've been supportive of RCB since the format started back in 2008. And today's game, I think it will be a bit tough for Mumbai Indian to just cross over KKR. KKR is something, they surprised. I mean, Sunil Narayan, I mean, you look at it, the guy is a spinner. I've seen him play at Surrey. I've done the umpiring for the Premier League here in England. So basically, I've seen majority of these county cricketers, and I played alongside them. But I mean, KKR's. I think KKR will sort of go over the boundary this today's game. I think Mumbai Indians. I don't know. It could be, but I mean, KKR looking very favourite for me today.
Absolutely. Well, that's been a unanimous decision from our fans. What we read on Twitter right now. That's how. Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you for watching us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.